Hey, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Dizo and you are watching the ShadeSnSoleS channel. Alright guys, so for today we're going to be doing the real review for the Nike GT cut. Okay, what you say is a real review. Real review is where I tell you guys how I feel about the shoe, how the shoe performed, and what my experience is with the shoe. No bias, no bullshit, no nothing like that. I tell it as it is, so you guys can best believe that you guys will have an honest to goodness review coming from me. Alright, so Nike GT cut, there's been hype all around it in terms of the performance use. Now we're gonna break it down from traction midsole to the upper, and let's get started. So for the traction, if you guys have seen my initial impressions on this on my Instagram, then you already know what I have to say about it. But if you haven't, check my Instagram right here, and that's where you can find my first impressions on the shoe. Has my impressions changed from the first time I've used it to now? A little bit. Okay, there's a little bit of change. Those changes were both from my expectation and a little bit of disappointment. But let's go on and discuss it one by one. So for the traction, I played in 3 different courts with this, and by 3 different courts I mean a very clean court, a mildly dusty court, and a very dusty court. Okay, I haven't played outdoors in this, and I wouldn't want to play outdoors in this anyway. And the reason why I don't want to play with this outdoors is because they cost about 170 bucks just for retail. So that's my explanation. And also, when I tried this indoors, I didn't want to mess up the traction that it already had. Okay, so for my initial impressions, I said the traction, I'm expecting the traction to be really good after breaking it in, because the first time I used this, it felt like, I'm not saying that I slipped, but it felt like it didn't have the grip that I wanted to, but that was because of the vinyl finishes or the glues that they used were still on there. And then I even said that after breaking it in, it would be better. Did it become better? Yes, it actually did. Now, where I was kind of disappointed was within those 3 courts, the very clean court, mildly dusty court, and then a very dusty court. Although this was gripping on the very dusty court, there's other shoes that has better traction to this, which is a cheaper price. Okay, and this is an example of it. Here's a video clip of what I'm talking about. As you can see, I'm trying to test the grip on this even without wearing it, while the other one I was wearing it. But even so, this would have already held up if it really had that tight grip. And the reason why I think it doesn't is because of how thick they are. Okay, and when I say the grooves on this one has thickness to it, where I would prefer something like this one right here. Like, this isn't as thick if we're talking about the grooves. Okay, and they're a little bit malleable, meaning like you can actually see them move, whereas this one is thicker. And if it's thicker, okay, like there's not imagine a straight or unpatterned traction. Okay, these portions right here, like those thickness right there, those thickness, that's what it creates. Like if this was just plain, like no pattern at all, then you guys know there's no grip. Well, that's what these guys do. If they don't have this thin of a pattern, then obviously you'd also be slipping. So basic logic, right? Did it perform good? Yes, it did. But like I said, for example, like these ones right here, these are cheaper, but these had better grip than the GT cuts. All right, this still has a really good traction. Don't get me wrong. I just wish that on the 3 indoor courts that I played, this would solve all my problems. That's my only gripe. That's my only gripe. Now for the midsole of the shoe. Full length React insole, drop in insole right there. Full length strobel, and then a zoom bag in the heel portion. Despite the cushioning system that it has, if you've worn the shoe, you know this shoe was both made for cushion and court feel. Like, you sit really low right here. Look at where the stress lines are. Okay, my foot is sitting there. All right, imagine where my foot is sitting up front, and there's no zoom bag up front. There's no extra zoom bag up front except for the full length strobel and the full length React as an insole. It has really good court feel, at the same time really good cushion. This had the perfect blend for me when it comes to cushion and court feel, because some other shoes would have one over the other, one better over the other, or vice versa, right? This one had everything good going for it midsole wise. Midsole, full length React, full length strobel, and the heel cushion, or I'm sorry, heel zoom bag cushion. I'm very impressed with this. The other thing I'd like to emphasize is that when this shoe is new to you, when you start playing with it, you have to remember those zoom bags have been heat pressed, heat molded. I don't know what the exact name of the process is, and the covering for those tensile fibers that they call Zoom is hard molded plastic. Those things still have to break in. Okay, so your initial play with this, because this is too low to the ground, and if you guys felt React cushion, React is very soft and a little responsive, very low to the ground, plus the React cushion, you would feel that zoom bag is a little bit hard. But trust me, 2-3 games in, that zoom bag is gonna, that plastic, that hard plastic that's covering those tensile fibers, they're gonna start to break in, and you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel how soft it is, how responsive it is at the same time. What's crazy is, the more I play with it, instead of actually trying to depress or anything like that within the tensile fibers and all that, it just keeps getting better. That's what I don't understand about the shoe. That's why I don't understand, and at the same time, that's what I love about the shoe. It's because the court feel keeps getting better. The cushion just feels so damn good. Like, damn, bro. Like I said, I have no issues with the midsole. The upper of the shoe. The upper of the shoe is, how do I say this? The shoe is very light, okay? Whatever they use on this, I wish all basketball Nike shoes have this. Okay, so you have this plastic portion right here, which actually performs as your lateral outrigger, okay, to help you with your lateral movements. This, whatever this material is, if you guys can see that, it looks like textile, but at the same time it's very supportive. Like, it's not flimsy at all. Okay, same with this mesh portion right here. It's a little bit flimsy, but still very supportive. The insides of the shoe are reinforced, as you can see that. It's not just straight this type of material, but there's also reinforcement down there. I'm very impressed with the upper as well, because of how nice it feels. How nice it feels, and it doesn't feel like, it's gonna feel a little bit stiff in the beginning. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna feel a little bit stiff in the beginning. But like I said, same with the midsole. The more you use it, the better it gets. Heel counter. this portion right here isn't restrictive, but definitely supportive. And what's crazy is, as low a shoe top that this shoe looks, the heel counter, the heel sculpting and everything is just perfect, man. Like, the shoe is pretty good, okay? Everything I said about the Nike Kobe AD 360, the instability, how I love that shoe, but I wish there was a little bit more support in it, and how I wish there's a little bit more stability in it, and how I want the shoe to be balanced. This is the Kobe AD NXT 360 version 2, where they are actually reinforcing and stabilizing the heel of this shoe, this portion of the shoe, because that was what the Kobe AD NXT 360 lacked, was that the back portion of the shoe felt so flimsy that you're almost hesitant to move the way you want to move because you feel like there was a lack of support. But this one is the resurrection of that, and even a little bit better at the same time. And for those of you guys that wants to know what the sizing is to go with this one, I would say stick true to size. Definitely for wide footers, you guys need to go up half a size with this, because this shoe feels really one-to-one. So if you're a wide footer, you might want to go half size up. I know this shoe is very hard to get right now, but I have seen recently that they have an ID for this. So if I were you, if you can't get it for retail, just get the ID instead of getting this from StockX or anywhere else, because you'd much rather personalize your own stuff, pay a little bit extra, than pay resale for this. And that's it for my real review for the Nike GT cut. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you guys haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel to help my channel grow. If you guys have any comments, questions, or anything like that, anything good to say or even bad to say, just put it down in the comment section below. If you guys want to be notified for new videos such as this one, hit that bell button as well. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, that is my Instagram. And yeah, you guys have been supporting me even if I was away for a while, and I really appreciate that. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for your support. It's your boy Dizo signing off. Peace out.